I'll tell you a fun story, all right? When I first got to LA many years ago, I met a girl in a bar. She took me back to her place. We start messing around. I signed the consent forms. We start messing around. As we're doing it, she reaches around. She puts a finger in me, and I go, and she goes, hmm? And I go, oh, yeah. That's it. That's the end of the story. But go for your dreams. I do mean that. I know it sounds cheesy, but I don't mean it to. Here's why I think about it so much. I meet so many people, okay? I meet way more people than you. It's not even close. So here's the thing. People usually say nice things to me, you know? They're like, oh, thanks for coming. I had a good time. Conversations naturally will turn, and I'll ask somebody, oh, what do you do? Do you know what I hear like 98% of the time? They'll be like, it fucking sucks. I hate it. And then I go, oh, why don't you do something else? And they'll go, it's too late. My life's fucked. It's good to meet you, man. And they walk away. Yeah, that sits in my head. So I think about it. But I have advice. And this is the advice that I hope you leave with, all right? This is it. You just need to learn to do one thing really well. And it's this. You need to learn to manage your expectations. It's not an innate thing you're born with. It's a skill. If you work at it, you'll get good at it. And the more you manage your expectations, you'll feel more fulfilled, less depressed, happier overall. I'll share with you my life's greatest disappointment, which in retrospect is my fault. I didn't know it at the time. I do now. And I'm going to tell you it's going to be upsetting to some people, but hopefully we can use it as a learning tool. So here's what it is, all right? I think that 69ing is overrated and it sucks. Yeah, you see that? Some people clap, and some people are like, arrest this man. But listen, the story of why is more important. Do you remember when you first heard about it? I do. I was in 3rd grade, and that's too young, all right? One of the older kids told me, and I was like, what? At the same time? I almost had a seizure. I didn't know what he was saying. I didn't even have references so I could pretend like I understood. I was like, that's like eating a cheeseburger covered in ice cream while you're taking a shitter. And he was like, that's exactly what it's like. From that day on, I was hooked. When I tell you I was obsessed, I was obsessed. I'm not saying it for a story. It is all I talked about, thought about, dreamt about, sung about, joked about, 69, 69, 69, 69. Every notebook in school, I was like, 69, 69, 69, 69. Every sports team I was on, I was like, I'm number 69. And they're like, this is 5th grade basketball. Why don't you chill out, buddy? Every birthday, every Christmas, my dad goes, what do you want? I go, I want a 69. He goes, shut up and stop saying that. And I was like, no, defiant, no. 69, 69. It's going to be the best, be the best, be the best, be the best, be the best. 69. It's going to be like smoking meth out of God's dick. I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it. And I built it up, and I built it up, and I built it up. And when I finally got to do it, You know what the first thing I said was? Get off me, all right? My neck hurts. I can't get my nose out of the way. Does it feel good? It feels like I'm working, all right? It'd feel better if you flipped over and polished me off, and then I'll do you. Why's it got to be at the same time? Are we late for something? Is the youth pastor coming back in a few minutes? Let's take turns like we learned in kindergarten. What type of maniac 69s as an adult? I mean, if you're a guy, I hope you're at least a gentleman about it and you lay on your back and you're not one of these savage fucking pigs who's like, I prefer this angle. And then you can hear the fight to live underneath you. And you're like, yeah, that feels good. I bet it fucking does feel good. As you're throating that poor lady underneath you, I don't think there's a more horrific picture I can paint than that of a woman, a lovely woman. Like, picture your mom laying on her back in anticipation of 69ing from the bottom. And she's like, what the fuck? And she's got that look on her face like, is the search party gonna find me here? And then a man, a disgusting man, like me, is like, well, saddle up, here we go. And there's dingleberries and lint. And here's your mom, and I'm like, bop, bop, bop. And then if I do that, I hear, what's on my forehead? And I'm like, that's my gut. That's daddy's wet trash bag gut. I think you're lucky if in this life you have like one real friend. You know what I mean? Like a true friend. I think I have 4. Brad Pitt. I call him Pit Stop because we're close. And just 3 other guys. You know, people that you know intimately, like you know each other's secrets and stuff. Like one of my friends, you know, I know that he hides that he smokes weed from his wife. His name is Casey. One of my friends, he hides that he eats McDonald's from his wife because he's fat, and his name is Charlie. I guess they know now, but you know. But it's wild when you find out something new after knowing people that long, you know? I've known these guys like 25, 30 years. And I found out last week, so 25 years into these friendships, that I'm the only one who eats ass in that entire group. Isn't that crazy to you? Like, I guess I'm friends with a bunch of 3rd graders? I don't know, like. One of the guys is newly in love, too, Justin, newly in love. And usually newly in love people are really on board, you know, because everything's rainbows and butterflies for them. Like, every day Justin's like, ha, ha, ha. I'm in love. I go, that's great. Did you eat her ass? And he's like, no. I said, so you don't like her? And he was like, no, I do. And I said, no, you don't. If you did, you'd give her the sweetest kiss of all, you know? And he goes, that's where she shits. I was like, yeah, don't do it then. Wait a while, you know? Put her in a bath or something. That's what I did with Brad. Now, he goes, you're gross. I was like, whatever. And he said, that's what a dog does. And I said, excuse me? He goes, a dog licks its own ass. I said, first of all, if I could lick my own ass, I wouldn't be on tour, all right? I would do it until a doctor told me to stop. Like, he would have to sit me down and be like, you're not gonna have an ass pretty soon if you don't knock this off. And I'd be like, well, it feels good. And he'd go, I don't trust you. I'm gonna put a cone around your neck. I'd be like, what the? I can take it off with my paws. Okay. It's not always like this. You know that, right? We had a fight in the front row last week at a show. Yeah, and you fucking notice when it's in the front row. You notice. And, you know, normally we try to put that out pretty quickly, but the guy that started the fight was just so old. When security descended upon him, I was just like, wait, you know, like, let him do it, you know? It's probably his last fight, you know? I'm sure it was. He was very old, and he was punching another guy, but he was making like old sounds as he was like it was. Even the guy getting hit was like, I don't give a shit, like. I don't feel this. And then the older guy, he just kind of tuckered out, you know, he just, and he's just kind of faded. And then as security was escorting him up the aisle, I looked and I was like, oh, I think that's a woman. It was the hair. You know how women will sometimes hit a certain age where they don't want you to try to fuck them anymore. And the hair goes first. You know, they just go, and then we all go, oh yeah, don't try to touch her. I got it. This goes, the vagina closes, the hair goes, and we all go, she's off limits. So, whoever it was, rest in peace. What really sucks about losing a parent is when you have kids, because you want your parents to hang out with your kids, you know? Like I have two boys, they're 6 and 3, and they are boys, like real he-hims, if you know what I'm saying. Don't worry, we asked them, all right? And they were like, definitely. And we're like, oh, it's up to you. Now, luckily, I have a cousin that lives near me, and he has 2 girls, the same age, 6 and 3. So I get this wildly different experience up close and in person all the time. And these girls come over to my house. My God, what did I do wrong where I didn't get girls? These girls, they show up and they're like, hello, Uncle Tommy. I go, hello to you. And they go, where should we sit? I go, try one of the chairs. And they go, we would like to color. I go, please. And then they sit down and they fucking color. An hour later, I can go into that room and they're like, I go, that's nice. Where are my boys? Are they in the house? Are they on the house? Are they on? Oh, they're on the street. Fantastic. I go out there, I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? And they're like, we broke all the crayons and we put them in the mailbox. I'm like, yeah. Thank you. Thanks for doing that. My 6-year-old, he goes, what would you do if a bad guy took your stuff? I would ask him to give it back. I don't know. He goes, I would get a sword. I would cut him into pieces. And I'll put the pieces in the mailbox. I'm like, what are you doing with the mailbox, Dahmer? He goes, you know, Grandpa liked a full bush. I go, hey. Did he call you? How do you know that? My kids call me Tom. So unnerving. Every day, the older one's like, how you doing, Tom? I go, hey, I'm not your fucking stepdad, all right? I wish I was. It'd be a lot easier, but I'm not. I go, call me Dad. He goes, I like Tom. I'm like, all right. What is up with your voice? Do you smoke cigarettes? Why do you talk like that? I just got back from my favorite place. I was in Italy, which I absolutely love. Yeah. It's the greatest. It is the greatest. And, you know, my phone knows that I love Italy, just like our phones know everything about us now. It was fun, I think, about a decade ago when we would like kind of debate, wouldn't it be crazy if this thing was listening to everything that we said? And then now we're like, oh yeah, this records everything. Everything I say, text, think, it's just there. I mean, unless you're one of these people who happens to believe, you're like, oh yeah, you know, I was having a conversation with someone about a breadbasket from Croatia in the 1700s. And then I opened my Gmail and it was like, you looking for a Croatian breadbasket? You're like, isn't that a wild coincidence? Like, oh. I talk about Italy all the time, and every time I open my phone, social media is just Italy. It's Italian landscapes, Italian recipes, Italian women's feet, and I go, like, right? But whenever I see landscape shots of Italy, there's always a guy on a Vespa. You know, those little scooters, and they're zipping around, and they're dreaming of marinara, or whatever they do. Yeah. And whenever I see a guy on a Vespa, internally to myself, I go, that's gay, right? But when you're there and you see one, you're like, no one will know, right? So I rented one, and it was the single most joyful experience of my entire life, including the birth of my children. It was fucking amazing. I was making up reasons to take that thing out. I was just like, we don't have any butternut squash. I gotta go. A couple days into it, I started making up a narrative in my head. I was like, yeah, this is the same as a Harley. This is the same shit. This is my hog. Another day went by. I was like, I am getting one of these as soon as I get back. I started shopping online. I was like, do I want a blue one? Yeah. Do I want a basket? Fuck yeah, I want a basket on that. And then I got back to the US of A. And within moments, I was like, oh, there's not a fucking chance. Like, I'll get beat to death at a red light in one of these. And that's when you realize that Vespas are the pickleball of the motorbike world. They just are. Yeah. God, those little shits. I took a shower with the 6-year-old. He's 6, he's not 16. If you've never showered with a 6-year-old, let me give you some advice. Make sure it's yours. Otherwise, it's strange if you're like, what's your name? He's my son. And I wanted to, I was trying to be like a fun dad. I offered him the shower head. I thought it was a fun, in-the-moment thing. I go, do you want to hold the shower head? And he was like, yeah. I give it to him. He just starts cleaning the shower. So, after a minute, I'm like, can you wet me? And he goes, Tom, relax, all right? And then he looks up at me. He goes, you have a big penis. And I have a small one. I go, well, that's because mine's hard, buddy. We can make yours hard, too. Just gotta go like that. No. I did not jerk off my son. I just always wanted to say that. The truth is, he really did say, you have a big penis, and I have a small one. And what I really said, immediately, and I mean in a split second of him saying that, I went, no! And if you're like, why did you shout no? I think because in that split second, I thought, I don't want this to be some shit you start saying when we're out. I don't want to be in a store with him where he's like, do you have a big penis? I gotta be like, yeah. You know how it is? And the guy's like, I don't know how it is. What the fuck was that all about? The worst part is that I scared him. When I shouted, that's a terrible feeling. You see fear register on your own kid's face because of your overreaction. And I wanted to say the right thing, or whatever the right thing is to say in that situation, which I suppose would have been something like, you didn't do anything wrong. You made an observation. I shouldn't have shouted. I'm sorry. Do you need therapy? I love you, man. But it was all happening so quickly that I didn't know what to say. So the fucking best I could come up with, I went, no, just shh. Now he's totally confused. He goes, you have a big penis. I have a small one. I go, well, don't fucking tell anybody. He goes, did Grandpa have a big penis? I go, I don't remember. I haven't seen it in a long time. Let's go ask Grandma. And we did. He didn't. For the record, neither do I. I want to make that perfectly clear to everybody here. I do not have a big penis, but next to a 6-year-old, I got a fucking sledgehammer on me. Pretty proud of it. You know, I didn't puke and I didn't shit, but when I was in Houston about a month ago, I sharted. Here's what happened. If you were gonna make a list of the best places to shart, and I don't know why you would, but if you did, number 1 is the bathroom. And that's where I was. I was in a public restroom, and I was at the urinal. I was just enjoying a delightful afternoon pee, you know? Like a 90-second one, you know? Where your mind just kind of goes, stream of consciousness takes over, you're just lost, and you're like, are birds real, or are they honing devices? I don't know. Jesus, how big were Aretha Franklin's tits, you know? You ever think about that? Everyone talks about Dolly Parton's tits. Did you ever look at Aretha Franklin's tits? It looked like she was nursing seal pups. It's insane. If she couldn't sing, she'd be serving lunch. You know what I mean? Those are some tits. So, I'm pissing, and it's great. My wife always gives me shit, by the way. She's like, you enjoy your bodily functions so much. And I'm like, why don't you just let me live my life? I mean, I do like peeing. I like sneezing more. If you don't enjoy an open air, reckless, violent sneeze, you're a fucking communist, okay? It's the best. Yeah. You know what I mean? No one's around. You go, like one of those, and you're like, what the fuck? Don't talk to me. I love it. Cumming's the best. If we're obviously, I'm not going to argue that point. So I go cumming, sneezing, nice pee, emergency shit. I really like stretching in bed right after I wake up, and then it sends you back to sleep because it feels like fentanyl or something. I don't know. I like it. I like sitting on the couch on a Sunday and just a nice pinch and roll on my beanbag, you know, just. This is free? This is crazy. I wish it were Seven's hand, but this feels good, you know? I know a lot of ladies get jealous about that, and honestly, you shouldn't. I've seen what many of you have there, and there's plenty to pull, so you could also just tug on that taffy bag and see where it takes you. Yeah. And don't you dare get insecure, okay? You ladies do that to each other. We never care. It could have teeth and we try to get in there. We don't care. All I'm saying is that, ladies, I want you to leave here tonight knowing that you all have beautiful pussies, okay? Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I'm peeing, right? And as I'm peeing, I feel something, you know, in the chamber. And I'm polite, so I do the polite thing. I look around, and there's nobody in there. So I tell myself, it's okay, buddy. don't you give it a push? And I did, and there was no sound. None. But there was movement. So now I have to check. Do you know how you have to check in that situation? You have to take your pants all the way down. Like a fucking toddler. Like I was like... So now I'm just Winnie the Pooh in it, in a t-shirt. Like, hi. Hello. My little dick's hanging out. Hello. And then I look into my boxers and I'm like, yep, I'm throwing those out. And then I clean up, and then I leave the restroom, and all my friends are waiting outside, and I immediately tell them what happened. And they're like, I don't want to know this. And I go, well, I'm telling you. And they go, well, stop. And I go, I'm not. You already know now. And in that exchange, something clicked. I put it together. I didn't shart. I had simply shit my pants. Yeah. I mean... That's an important distinction, right? A shart would imply that I had farted and that there were some DVD extras in there. I took a shit with my pants on. It would be no different than if right now I were standing here like, I think I'm gonna take a shit right now. And then I just kept talking. So it's fucked with my confidence, but I'm back, baby. I am fucking back. Yes. Thank you. Grown men who board 6 a.m. flights who have never seen clouds before. I don't know if you've ever had the good fortune of boarding an early morning flight where there's an unspoken agreement. We're gonna keep it nice and dark so we can rest along the journey, but there's always some TikTok in 16C. Yeah. One guy who's sitting there who's like, I never see a cloud like that. Oh, there's another one right there. What, are you fucking 4? Shut the shade, tit slap. We're trying to get some rest. And people who put stick figures and the names of the family members on the rear windshields of their car. They should be publicly executed in their car so we can keep score on the window, you know? Isn't that insane to you? Don't you have any protective instincts? I mean, it's crazy. You pull up at a random red light and the car in front of you is like, it's funny that you didn't ask. But inside are mommy and daddy and Brian and Marissa. And there's a soccer ball next to Brian because Brian loves soccer. Oh. Does Brian love getting molested? Because you put his name and favorite thing out there as bait to society. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Why don't you put your home address and his daily schedule right fucking next to it? Brian's up at 6, home at 1, bath at 7. Come over if you want to join us. It's not okay. I do still have his phone number, if you're wondering. I did try sending him a link one time to adult porn, because I thought he wouldn't like it. But, hey, did you know that in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, at the naval prison that houses some of the most dangerous men on earth, and also other people who have never done anything. Did you know? Look it up. Did you know that the guards there are specially trained? Now, I know this because I went there. I went to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, to do shows for fucking us. Yeah, for the troops. They weren't like, here's the 9/11 planners, why don't you give them a giggle? That'd be insane if they're like, get in there and you make Khalil Sheikh Mohammed laugh. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, ha ha ha, I like, he's a funny guy. So when you go to Gitmo, you don't just buy a ticket, right? You fly to Florida, and a military plane picks you up, and they take you to the base. And you're greeted by high-ranking naval officers, and they're pretty formal. They go, thank you for coming. We're all excited for your show. We're going to put you in the special housing unit. Let us know if you need anything. And you go, thanks very much. And then they pass you off to some Marines who are a little different. And then, first thing these guys said to me, they go, you want to see some shit? I go, yeah, fuck yeah, of course, yes. So these guys put me in a Jeep, and they took me to a hilltop. And right away, they're like, you shouldn't be up here, man, this is classified. I go, you just fucking drove me here. And they're like, all right, good point. And they point to this white building in the distance. They go, that's level 4. That's what you see on the news. I go, wow. And then they tell me this fascinating insight. They tell me that the guards there are specially trained. So I assume they're talking about Navy SEALs. They go, no, no, no. They're trained for their demeanor, how they carry themselves. I said, what do you mean? And they said, well, the prisoners often protest their imprisonment by throwing their feces and their urine in the guards' faces. And the guards are not allowed to retaliate. They're only allowed to say 2 things back to the prisoner when that happens. They're allowed to say, are you hungry? Or, are you thirsty? That's it. And if the guard, it's funny when you think about it. If the guard does retaliate, the guard can be court-martialed, meaning you can go to prison for retaliating against someone who threw shit and piss in your face. This is what it's like to be the father of a 6-year-old boy. My son, yeah, that's called an A1 setup. That's why I'm a big-time comedian. Sure. I have 2 sons. They're both kind of dicks, but the 6-year-old, I walk into my house a couple weeks ago, and he goes, hey, man. He goes, pick me up. I go, pick you up? He goes, hold me. He hasn't asked me to hold him in like a year. I go, you mean to hold you? He goes, yeah, man, pick me up. All right, so I pick him up. I'm looking at my baby boy. You go, you just want dad to hold you? He goes, it feels good, man. I go, I like it too, buddy. And then a moment later, I feel a hot, piercing, spreading sensation on my midsection. I go, are you peeing on me? And he goes, yeah. I wanted to hit him so bad. Like, really hit him too, you know? Like, knock his fucking teeth out of his mouth. But I didn't. I dropped him. I go, are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Is that why you did that?
Ah, man. Don't you hate everyone? I mean, obviously I'm not talking about you guys, but no, I've been on this tour for a long time, too long, and you know, I meet people sometimes after shows, you know, I meet people, and it's always a roll of the dice. I've been meeting lunatics. I meet people. I met a guy after a show recently. I'm shaking people's hands, saying hi. Guy comes up to me. He goes, "Where from really?" And I go, "What?" And he goes, "Where from really?" I said, "Where am I from originally?" And he goes, "Huh." I said, "I was born in Cincinnati, but I moved around a lot." Huh. And he goes, "Huh? Yeah, man. Months ago down there, maybe you from there too." And I go, "Are you a person that's talking to me right now?" And he goes, "Yeah." And then I decipher that what he's saying is, "I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana. about 20 miles south of there. There's a bunch of Seguras down there. I thought maybe you're from there too. And I go, oh, fucking no. And then I realized we have this whole population of Cajun people living amongst us like they're one of us, and they're not. Why do they have rights? This guy had the audacity to ask me. He go, I said, did you just ask me if there's a red box around here? And he go, huh? I go, I don't fucking work here. Like, I thought he was moments away from being like, I do declare I am a cartoon character and I've come to life. Here's all I'm saying. I support building a wall if it's around the state of Louisiana, because those people are out of their fucking minds. You fucking swamp people, we don't need you. What are we gonna miss out on? Where you gonna get your shrimp? Oh, what a contribution. No more gator, no more shrimp. Fucking inbreds. So, cracker ass inbreds, we don't need you. Yeah, tell them, fucking tell them. They'll see this shit. Fuck you, cracker. So,
This kid is insane. I mean, he hates his real name. And this is something that came about a few years ago. And when it first happened, I got kind of nervous. So I did what you do in those situations. I asked other parents, and they were like, oh, it's just a phase. I go, what? He's a little phase. He's going through a phase. A lot of kids don't like their names, but it'll end in just a little bit. And I was like, oh, okay, it's a phase. Do you know how long it's been? About 3 years. That isn't so much a phase, in my opinion, as a new path. That's where I think we are. His birth name is Julian. That's what we've always called him, and that's what he used to respond to because it's his fucking name, right? He would also respond to variations of it. Julian, Juju, Jujito, Julian. And he'd be like, mm-hmm. And then one day, about 3 years ago, I was like, hey, Julian. He was like, don't ever call me that. I hate that name. When you say that name, I want to die. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. So now this kid will only talk to us if we call him by his self-imposed name, which, buckle up, is teacher. Is there a creepier name to use when addressing a small child? Like, hello, my teacher. Is this The Shining? Because it feels like it. It feels like Jordan Peele's next movie, like a fucking kid from the woods that walks into town to follow teacher and live long. And you're like, okay. You get it, right? I walk into my own house and I go, is teacher here? And he goes, yes. And I go, hello, sir. And people have the balls to ask me, they're like, are you worried? Of course I'm fucking worried. The only other person I know that went by teacher is Charles Manson. So yeah, I'm worried. He was a substitute teacher. Now, his older brother, he likes math, he likes video games. He's an interesting kid. He also has the voice of somebody who gargles with butane. I don't know what is happening. He's 9 years old, and he's like, what's up, bro? I go, hey, how's working in the mines? Is that fun? He's also bananas. If I say, let's go out, he's like, all right. He'll come in the living room wearing rain boots, tighty-whities, and goggles. And I'm like, are you on shrooms right now? The only place you can wear that is a gay parade. And no, it's cool if you are, but there isn't one today. So put some fucking clothes on, okay? We took these two future subjects of America's Most Wanted. Believe me, the Menendez brothers don't have shit on the Segura brothers, okay? We took these little sociopaths to visit my sister last Thanksgiving in Florida. And on Thanksgiving Day, we did what a lot of families down there do. We just went on a family walk, like a nice casual stroll. And on this family walk, we ended up at a little pond. And at the pond, there were other families feeding bread to ducks. It looked like a painting. And I remembered, as we approached, thinking to myself, I wonder how my boys will ruin this, right? So we walk up, and this guy sees me. He goes, oh, hey, man, you want some bread? I go, yeah, thanks, dude. And then I turn to fucking teacher. I go, hey, teach. Bread? And he goes, give me that. And he's just like throwing it as hard as he can. And I'm like, all right. And then I turn to his brother. I go, here you go. He goes, I don't want that. I go, what? He goes, I don't need that. Happy Thanksgiving. And then he just walks up to the edge of the water and he grabs a duck by the neck. And he holds it up like he's Genghis Khan, okay? He's like, you know, the duck is like, bah! And I look at teacher, and teacher's like, I go, what are you doing? He goes, we can cook it. I go, no. We're all set today, pal. He goes, can I keep it? I go, of course not. He goes, you're never fun. I go, let it go. And he goes, oh. And then I turn and I see all the other parents are like, ha. And I go, he's a foster kid, like they're bad, you know? We're trying to make him good for you guys. Yeah. Well, you know, we got him in Ukraine. He's been a handful. He's blonde. They bought it. I got me a birdie. All right, so are you fans of documentaries? Do you like watching them? Because I love them. I love being filled with the confidence of surface level knowledge without the burden of reading, you know? And so I've lost track. I've seen so many now. Sometimes they're quite informative. Other times they're just amusing. I mean, the funniest thing I've seen in a year is a Netflix documentary series called Untold, which focuses on sports stories. Yeah, and there's one in particular on there. It's about a guy named Johnny Manziel. Now, if you're in this theater and you do not know who Johnny Manziel is, I will now use my time to tell you. Johnny Manziel is the first and only redshirt freshman to win the Heisman Trophy. That's the highest honor in college football. It goes to the nation's best player. Redshirt freshman simply means he was 18 months removed from high school when he didn't just play this sport, he dominated it. And when you watch this documentary, you will learn that he did this while mostly high and drunk, like pretty fucked up. The best is they interview all his former shit-kicking Texas-based coaches who are like, yeah, man, he would come to practice, he'd be all shit-faced. And we would say, Johnny, you better not fuck this up. And then he didn't. He was awesome. And you're like, wait, what? He was playing nationally televised games every Saturday with millions of viewers, either drunk, high, or hungover, just on the sidelines. And his coaches are like, Johnny! And he was like, watch this shit, 6 touchdowns. You're like, holy shit. Give him more drugs, this is working. He wins the Heisman. Sophomore year, he comes back, he's trying new things, he's sprinkling dust on his shit, you know? He's evolving. He plays amazing. Again, he almost wins it back to back. Then he goes into the NFL to play professionally. And they're like, you need to clean up your act. And he was like, I don't want to play football anymore. And that's the whole story. Now,
we'll all be 800 pounds. I can't fucking wait. Now, speaking of weight, I actually lost a decent amount of weight recently. I was, That's right. I was in a weight loss contest with the fattest man on earth. And yes, may have seen him. His name is Brent Crystals. And I beat him in this contest because I'm a better person. But that's not what I want to talk about. I lost about 50 pounds. And, maybe you're out there right now and you're thinking like, hey, man, if you can do that, I can do that. Probably not. I mean, look what I'm doing right now. Can you do this? I don't fucking think so. I'm just an awesome guy. But you know what sucks? When you lose weight on a public platform like I did, you get all these messages. I get so many messages. People are like, you inspired me. And I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to. People ask me, like, will you coach me into weight loss? And I'm like, absolutely not. One guy hit me up like 50 times. Please give me a message to get this thing kickstarted. I was like, I'll give you a message. When you look in the mirror, do you say, I fucking hate you? Then you're not ready. Cry more and eat less. Send. That's my message. Now you know what I'm saying. So, you might be sitting in your seat now going like, well, Tom, what can we still say? What can we say? I'll tell you what you can say. White racial slurs. All of them. Let her rip. Cracker, Mick, Kraut, Polak, Frog, Guinea, Wop, Honky. Have fun. Say them all you want. And if you're not white and you're going, wait, are you saying that I can say those? That's exactly what I'm saying. Nobody cares. Call up your Italian friend tomorrow and be like, hey, you fucking guinea. And he'll go, I don't care. I don't give a shit. It's not a historically disenfranchised group. The best slur of all for me, I think, is honky. I'll tell you why. The word honky is hilarious in and of itself. But for some reason, truly racist white people have latched onto that word. It's like this great indicator to know if someone's racist. If they act like that word is offensive, run, okay? You don't believe me? Watch the news. Next time there's some like racial fight in the news, they'll find some hillbilly. Like, what happened? He'll be like, well, he called me a honky. And they're like, and did you pass out from laughing hysterically or what happened next? He's like, no, I stabbed him. And you're like, oh, shit. That's fucking crazy. I'll pay you to call me a honky. I don't care. It's a great word. I saw a racial fight recently, which is terrible, but I watched it.
You know who's got a good system going on? Rodrigo Duterte, the president of the Philippines. Yeah, well, if you're not aware, the president of the Philippines is a super cool guy. And he has a lot of fun ideas. One of them is that he employs motorcycle murder squads to go out and kill people on sight. No arrest, no trial. Who does he do it to? Drug dealers and suspected drug users. Suspected. Do you know how many tired people die every day in Manila? Isn't that crazy to you? You could walk out of your house at 5 in the morning like, oh, shit. And then you hear, You're like, oh. I'm up. And they just roll up next to you. You high? You're like, I just got up. And they're like, you're high. Pow, kill you. It's horrific. It's reprehensible, and I hope that we adopt it here. Not for drug usage, obviously. I think we should reserve it for people who have public speakerphone conversations with their phones in front of their face like this. You know? Yeah. Who are these people just walking around oblivious to the world around them? You're waiting in line to buy a coffee, you have to hear a fascinating two-way tale amplified. It's always like, where were you last night? Abada? Abada, babada. I was higher. I was high. I was high. Slice her fucking throat, right in line. Kick the body, have a coffee. So, too violent, I get it. So, you know whose balls I'd love to slam in a mailbox for 20 minutes straight?
Now, as you can tell, I speak beautiful, perfect Spanish, and it is to no credit of my own. My mother is Peruvian, and her English wasn't good. So she spoke to us in Spanish, and that's how I picked up on Spanish. And I get so many different reactions when people find out I speak Spanish. I either get completely incredulous people who are like, holy fucking shit, I can't believe what's coming out of your mouth right now. I think I'm gonna piss my pants. And I'm like, I don't speak Aramaic, I speak Spanish. Why is this? They're like, it's not supposed to come out of you, bro. It's not supposed to come out of you. So I either get that reaction, or I get people who are like, oh, you speak Spanish? Yeah, I speak Spanish too. And I'm like, no, you don't. And they're like, no, I took 4 years in high school. And I'm like, yeah, I played football for 4 years in high school, and the Broncos aren't giving me a look this week, so no, you don't. Your Spanish sucks. With a capital M for mierda. Now, I grew up in a Spanish-speaking household, which means I listen to a lot of Spanish music. I only point that out. I think it's important to point out that when you listen to Spanish music, it influences who you become, like all music would. For me, I used to listen to a lot of this singer named Juan Luis Guerra, a Dominican singer, and he would sing just a lot of love songs, you know? Songs with titles like Si tú te vas, which means if you were to leave me. And the lyrics go, Si tú te vas, mi corazón se morirá, which means if you leave me, my heart would die. I'm 10 years old, and I'm like, oh shit. I don't want that to happen. So I would balance it out. I would listen to a lot of Todd Shaw, and you might know him by his stage name, Too Short. And he would sing songs like Blowjob Betty. And I would go back and forth between these two great songwriters, you know? Mi corazón se morirá. A bust a left nut, right nut in her jaw. Sperm on her cheeks is all dissolved. And that's how I go through life today. Today I'm basically like, hola. Sorry, Mom. Now,
But I'll tell you this. I want you to know something. I am not one of these comedians who goes, I don't understand why people ever get upset about anything. Like the dumbest perspective you can have. I totally understand. I think you have a right to be offended by whatever offends you. And I think you have a right to express it. I do not think, however, that you have a right to expect anyone to do anything about it. Yeah. Just like if you express any of your other feelings. Like if you're like, I'm horny, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'd be like, wow, you got a lot of shit going on. Sounds like you need to jerk off, eat a sandwich, and take a nap. And that's on you. I mean, I'll give you a little tug to get you started, but I'm not gonna finish. And I also think I should have the right to respond, you know? Yeah, that's how it should work. I say something, you say something, I say something, and it continues. So I'll say this. I am not put out by outraged culture, okay? I'm serious. Doesn't affect me because I deal with emotionally fragile people every day. See, I have 2 kids, and they bring me their problems. They do. And I speak to them about them. I speak to them differently than I would normally speak to you. You know, they'll come up to me, and my older one will be like, it's loud. Over there. And I'll be like, is it? Well, then don't go over there. He goes, okay. And I go, okay. And then I go, mwah, and I kiss him on the head. And that's how I'm gonna start speaking to adults who tell me they're offended by jokes during comedy shows. So, yeah. The best part is that you don't have to agree. That's the great thing about living in this country. You don't have to agree, but you'll know where I stand. So if you come up to me and you're like, I was deeply hurt by what you said during your ha-ha show, I'll be like, oh, were you? Well, you should never hear things you don't like. So you stay home now. Mwah. I'll kiss you on that.
By the way, is there any more satisfying feeling than letting an elevator door close on somebody? I did it at the hotel earlier. I got such a warm rush through my body. It felt like the inside of my body hugged the outside of my body, you know? And I was trying to figure out, why does this feel so good? I think it's a taste of power. Like most of us, we have no power in our everyday lives. But if you're alone in an elevator, you are lord of the elevator shaft. You get to decide, like a king with his drawbridge. There's hold open and close. And you can watch people walk up and be like, and you hit that. And then you see it close and you're like, sometimes a second later it opens and you're like, fuck! And you get nervous energy, like you're a kid, you're like, I'm in trouble. It's always some lady who's like, you didn't see me? And you're like, I don't even know how this thing works. There's so many buttons. I tried all of them.
I say they'll try to tell me because they'll send me a message that I'll never read. And no, I used to. I used to read them all. And it took me a long time to figure out you shouldn't read every message. I don't think any performer should digest everything sent their way. And I didn't know that for a long time, you know, and I wish I had known that because, I mean, it kind of gets to you, you know, like first time I actually got in trouble for saying something was about 5 years ago. I got in trouble for saying gypsy on television. Yeah, I didn't say anything nice about him, so let me rephrase it. I was just like, you know, I was on a show. I was like, who doesn't hate gypsies? And then everybody on the show was like, we're with you. But afterwards, they found out, and they reached out. Like the president of the gypsies sent me a message. I guess she stole someone's phone, so she sent me this message. We can tell who travels. So she sent me this message. She was like, you said the G word on I was like, huh? The G word? Well, I'm a grown man. And this is over email. She's being a real B word, so I didn't want to push her, make her a C word. You know what I mean? Where are my N words at? All right. Well, look. Hey, man. It's modern comedy. Get with the program. Now, then she went on. She goes, well, just so you know, we're very proud of our ethnicity. And I was like, yeah, you should be. I mean, you have nothing else. I hope you're good at camping. Hey, I was giving her a compliment. I was saying I enjoy your ethnic pride because you've earned it. And frankly, I don't think everybody has, all right? Every group's like, we're the best. No, you're not. It's impossible for everybody to be the best. I'm serious. Every group is like, no. I mean, just as an example, okay, just to like lay this out. How many people in the room, let's say, are Italian, for instance? Okay. Now, aren't the rest of you a little sick of hearing from them? Like, right? Hey, we're the best! Fucking pasta! You're like, all right, so pasta's Chinese. Calm down. Now,
Yeah, I'm very philosophical, you guys. I feel like life is about timing, you know? Timing. When to pull out. When to stop wiping. When do you ask a professional athlete for his autograph after a home playoff loss? And I think the answer is never. Thankfully, one of my friends doesn't think this way. It is my favorite thing that's happened in my adult life, okay? One of my buddies, he lives in Cincinnati. He is a big Cincinnati Bengals fan, okay? Now, yeah, I know, they're tough. So, he goes to their game, they lose, which isn't weird, and then he decides he's gonna wait in the tunnel and ask players for autographs. Now, if you're like me, you might be wondering, wait, are you friends with like an 8-year-old boy or something? No, it's a grown man. So Picture me in the tunnel of the stadium like, hi guys, keep your head up. Can I have an autograph? And he said they were all like, no. And some of them were like, fuck you. Imagine your heroes being like, fuck you. Oh my God. And then Adam Pac-Man Jones walked out of the locker room. Now, if you don't follow football and you're like, I don't know who that is, well, how can I best describe him? One time he went to a strip club and a bunch of people got shot. And then that happened 2 more times. What's up? I'll give you a sense of his vibe as bang, bang, ba-bang, bang, bang, ba-bang, bang, 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 bang. He is not approachable. So, my honky-ass friend the biggest honky in America goes, Pac-Man! Will you sign this football? And he said, Pac-Man went, what? Which to me would have been like, oh, so you don't? All right, cool. My friend just decides to make it more clear. He's like, it's a football, and you play it. I just watched you. Will you sign this? And he said, Pat goes, the fuck did you say to me? Which now I'm like, why are you still there? And he's like, I think because I'm actually shitting myself as it happens. But now he knows he's got one shot. Pac walks right up to him like, what'd you say? And my friend, he just goes, look, man, it's a football. It's for my dad, and my dad loves you. And he said, Pac-Man looked at him and he said, tell that motherfucker I appreciate him. That's the end of the story. But
that being said, do you ever wonder what kind of slave owner you would have been? Now, not now. I mean, it's 1831. You're white. You live exactly where you live right now. You guys are like, we don't want to play this game. All right, well, fuck it, I'll play. I know how I would have been. I mean, I love buying cars now. I know we have 3, but look at this fucking guy. All right, well, hey, if you didn't like that joke, don't think about it. Now, women. Do you feel like you're almost equal citizens? Because you are not. Now, I'm on your side. I didn't say you shouldn't be. I said you're not, because I have eyes. You're not. You don't sense the great imbalance that we live with? Men get paid more to do the same work that you do. Advantage men. Women get mad at us for things we do in their dreams. Advantage women. Isn't that some shit? When you're at breakfast and you're like, why is she looking at me like that? She's like, you were a dick in my dream last night. And you're like, okay, all right. You serious? I would like to apologize for what I did in your dream last night. She's like, thank you. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. See, I think the power dynamic that we live with was set by a man, obviously. I think he was gonna make it equal. I really believe that. And I think the day he was going to set it up, he was leaving his house, and his wife stopped him at the door. And she was like, you know, you were titty fucking a brunette in my dream last night. And he was like, you know what? No. You're gonna answer the phones. That's what you're gonna do. And then he walked away. Okay. Don't accurately joke about our culture. All right. Oh, really? That's not funny. You don't think there's a couple of people in here right now who are like, I do answer the phones. Like, is that funny? Or Monday, she'll be like, hi, thank you for, oh, fuck him. Fuck that guy. Okay? Sometimes you witness the power imbalance play out in front of you between the genders in a grotesque fashion. Of course, when I say the genders, I am only speaking of 2 of the several hundred that now exist. I would like it to be clear where I stand. I have no problem calling anybody anything they wish to be called. It is no burden on me. You can identify as a shoelace if you want to. And I will call you Zippity Zimzer if you ask me to. Do I think it's a little silly? Yeah, but so is badminton, and that's an Olympic event, you know? So I'm a dad, and I've changed some. Not too much. You have to change a little bit. You know, there's an expression, having kids changes you. I think it should be modified to having kids should change you. It's a big-time red flag when you meet somebody who's like, yeah, I've had 4 kids. I haven't changed at all. And you're like, oh, you're super unstable. That's good to know. They don't have to be huge changes, but you know, you kind of evaluate your life and then you make a change. Me, personally, I'm very proud of what I changed. I realized when I had kids, I had no time, no energy. I need to edit something out of my life. You know what I edited out of my life? Arguing with everyone. Every friend, every family member, I just don't engage. As soon as it starts, I flip it on them. Okay, so as soon as I'm arguing with somebody and they're like, yeah, I don't really agree with you, I go, yep, I'm on your side now. And they're like, what? I go, as soon as you spoke, I came around and joined you. That's how little I want to talk to you. And I'm free. Feels great. Now,